Hey homeschool moms, I am hiding behind the camera right now and getting ready to clean up my classroom. I think I'm going to actually only make a very small dent today because I only have about an hour while some of my kids are at VBS, my husband has some camping, I've got one napping, I got some watching TV, so I'm going to try in the next hour to see how much of this mess I can tackle. My dad retired from teaching in the public school system after 30 years, and so he gave me all the supplies that he still had left over. So these are boxes of binders, which we will use every single one of those over the next year or so. He gave me all these great crates, a whole bunch of other school supplies. I'm gonna try to sort through it and decide what we're gonna keep and what I'm going to pass on. My kids have been trying to do art projects amongst this mess, and I think they figured that if mom has a mess and isn't cleaning it up, they don't need to clean it up either. So they've added to it. Over here are my Life of Fred books that I picked up at the Chia convention. They are supposed to go up on that top shelf up there where the books are like all falling out. Yeah. So yeah, I got a lot of work to do. All of our school work and supplies from last year, textbooks and all that, are still on the shelf. So I've got to clear all of that up. This table is really making me nervous. There's a lot of work to be done there. And got some piles here on the floor. My floor was actually covered, so I already cleaned some of that up just so that I could have some space to work in. It was mostly kids' toys and trash and things like that, so I already cleaned that up. And then over here, look at this. This is my favorite devotional book right now, New Morning Mercies by Paul David Tripp. I usually keep that in my bathroom because I don't know about you, but that seems to be the only free time that I ever have, and I'm not really sure how it made it in here. I have been looking for that, but you know, that's just kind of the craziness of having a large family. Sometimes people move things and you don't know where it goes. So anyways, here's the mess that I'm going to tackle in the next hour, and I will keep you posted and let you know how it goes. All right, first up in organizing, I thought would be to tackle all of these boxes and boxes of binders, literally 4 boxes of binders. So you can't see it, but right now I already went through one box over here, and I'm just grouping them by size, and then I will see how many we need, and whatever we don't need, I will share with my other homeschooling friends, probably with my sister first because she is homeschooling as well. So I'm just going to start sorting binders. I am laughing to myself right now. This must be the life of a public school teacher. I don't even know what these are called, you know, to pull out staples out of paper. I don't own one, and I don't think I've ever even really had the need to use one, but I guess maybe I'll keep one, but I certainly don't need, what, 2, 4, 6 of them? Look at all of these. I know my dad had pictures and things all up over on his walls at school. I certainly don't need all of those either, so I'm gonna have to find another home for those. But anyways, I'm gonna get ready to tackle this table. I usually come at things when I'm organizing with some kind of plan, but I don't have a plan. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the summer heat or something, or I'm just tired, but my organizational skills are a little lacking right now, but I'm gonna try to tackle this table, and I'll keep you posted on how it goes. Time to pick my kids up from VBS, so I've got to stop working on the classroom for today, but I made a little bit of a dent. Didn't get as much as I had hoped done, but hey, there's always tomorrow. So it is a new day. I am ready to tackle this classroom and get things organized a little bit more. So I got my table cleared off, and I got it put back in the middle of the room where it belongs. Who knows why it was pushed back there? Probably to keep the baby out of the shelves, the bottom shelves. So I also vacuumed the carpet. I did that because I don't know what it is, but when my floors are clean, things just feel better for me. Like, I'm just more motivated to to do more stuff if my floors are clean. I don't know, I guess I'm weird that way. But also I did that because as I'm taking things off of the shelf, I'm going to be putting them into different piles, and I figure the floor is pretty messy. I might as well vacuum it while it's all cleared off before I pile it up with more stuff. So here's what I'm going to do. Well, first I should tell you what is on the shelf. So on the shelf is curriculum from last year, school supplies from last year, total random stuff in here. There are books on here that have nothing to do with homeschooling, but that are in here because when we thought that we would be putting our house on the market to move, we eliminated one of the bookshelves out in our living area, which meant that those books had to go somewhere. So I just threw them on the shelf. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on here. So I'm going to be sorting things into 5 piles. I usually do 4 piles, but because I have random stuff that has nothing to do with homeschooling on here, that's going to be my 5th pile. So I'm going to have one pile that is things that I want to keep, homeschool things that I want to keep, but we won't be using next year. I have tubs in my garage, which I'm hoping my husband will haul in here for me here in a few minutes, but that's where I throw all of the stuff that I want to keep for homeschooling, but I know that we're not going to use it this year. I throw them into those tubs. So I'm going to make a pile over there for that. I'm also going to make a pile of homeschool supplies and textbooks that we're going to be using next year. So they'll be going back onto these shelves once these are all cleared off. Then I'm going to make another pile of homeschool supplies and curriculum that we aren't going to be using, but I want to pass on to other people or sell. So that'll be another pile. And then the 4th pile is going to be a big bag for trash. And I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of it on here. And then of course that 5th pile, which I usually don't have, but I do this time, is just going to be all those books that have nothing to do with homeschooling and some other random stuff that got tossed on these shelves that have nothing to do with homeschooling. Those are going to go in the 5th pile. So I'm just going to start putting things out in those piles when the shelves are all cleared off. I'm going to dust them and start, you know, taking the trash pile out, taking the pile for, you know, things I'm going to give away with other people, start processing that, putting it in my van and getting those ready to share with other people, packing up the school supplies that we're not going to use but we're keeping, and then getting the stuff we are keeping back on the shelves, hopefully getting the new textbooks and all of that on here. And then of course I've got to organize just, you know, binders and all the teachers' manuals and all that kind of stuff as well. But the first job is getting all of this off of the shelves and into piles so I can start sorting through everything. So that is what I am going to do, and I will keep you posted on my progress. Yay, my shelves are empty and they are wiped down. So I'm just going to show you my piles real quick. Everything on this table and underneath the table and over there in that pile, all of that stuff is going to eventually go back on those shelves. These are all things that we are going to use again next year. So one of the things I was super excited about, and I love when I clean off my shelves, is I found this book, Window on the World, and I totally forgot that I had this book, but it is so great. Maybe I will do a review on it, but it's a great way to teach your kids about different countries and cultures, and then it gives you ideas on how to pray for them. And then I found this one as well, America's Federal Holidays, which is a great one, just showing you, explains the different holidays, federal holidays in America and the history behind them. So super excited that I found those. So anyways, here's all my stuff. I usually get new pencils and pens and all that. But I have kind of exceeded our homeschool budget for the year. I think we're going to hold on to those, and when we get a little bit more money in our budget, then we'll replace them with new stuff. But right now I'm going to keep the old ones. So here is my pile of trash. I thought that pile would be so much bigger, but we didn't have as much trash. I guess that's a good thing. Excuse me. This is my 5th pile here. That was like random books that were on my shelf that really didn't belong on there. So I need to find a new home for these. But I just wanted to share with you guys this book on the top. My favorite book. I love this book. It totally changed my walk with the Lord. So highly recommend that if you are looking for a new book to read. All right, over here is my giveaway pile. Some of these, this curriculum we actually enjoyed using, but I just realized I have so much curriculum, you guys, so much, that it doesn't do any good to sit in a box. I want other people to be able to use it and benefit. So I am probably going to sell some and give some away. And then here's my keep pile there. And then over here are my boxes right there and right there. These are my boxes of books that we are going to use in future years, I hope anyways, but we're not going to use next year. So this box is English, history, geography. We have science and health. This tub right here is electives and homeschool helps for mom. So lots of different just random things kind of in there. And then there is our math box, which you can see is mostly upper grade Math UC, because I actually keep all of my Math UC lower grade books out just because I have so many kids using them right now. They're actually right over here. Ta-da! I have so many kids using Math UC, and we're kind of like in between different levels that it just makes sense to keep them all out. So anyways, that is my classroom. My shelves are clean, you guys. I'm so excited. I'm probably going to let all of this just sit here for a few days as I just process how I am going to go from here. I don't know. I'm just going to walk around and show you my piles again while I talk, but I'm not sure exactly what we're going to be, how we're going to organize everything. That is what I'm trying to say. It is really late at night. And I am getting tired, but I'm not sure how I'm going to organize our school supplies. I don't know if I'm going to be using work boxes. I don't know if I'm going to use a crate system. I don't know if I'm just going to do a checklist. I don't know if my kids are going to put things in one big binder or a whole bunch of small binders. So I really don't know how to organize all this stuff on these shelves yet, because I haven't quite figured out exactly what I'm going to do. And of course, this is not new curriculum. This is just stuff that we used this past year and we're going to use again. So all my new curriculum is in another room and still has to make it in here. So anyways, I've still got a lot to do, but I will hopefully be back with my homeschool room complete or almost complete, and I'll give you a homeschool room tour.